All I'm seeing is a spinning circle. So this is very promptive. I looked out there and saw there was nobody live. So I'm just saying hi. If we get somebody, we do. If not, I, I guess everybody's asleep. So I'm just playing on my new phone. Look at that. Haven't even taken the sticker off. Yeah. So how's everybody doing out there? Pretty good, eh? Well, if we get people up, that's cool. If not, they'll see it. So the link is in the description. So let me go over to, what's it say? Trying something new here. I'm just trying to set this all up in the back asses. I'm learning live, so there we go. I'm live. And no, Solex, I'm not going to be up here all night. Holy moly. Can that brother stay up? So, anyhow, like I said, there's the link right there at the top. And I don't know what's going on. I moved my mouse and my screen disappears. Don't know. It's all new to me, right? Man, my internet is so slow. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to let this run let it go for a few minutes. And if nobody shows up, nobody shows up. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give myself a thumbs up. Got to get it rolling, 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 rolling. So I don't know what to say if nobody's here. Anyhow, I'm going to play on my phone while I'm waiting for people to show up. Oh, I'll go look at my new subscribers. How many new subscribers I got? 88. That's pretty cool. 3 thumbs up, 1 watching. Hello, hello. Let me know who's out there. Say hello. Let me try typing in here. Who's out there? Mark. Just say hi. Perfect. Hello, darling. Come on up. You know the routine. Hey, hey, hey. She's got her tea already. Thank you so much.
I've been waiting for you.
Where the hell is that?
No, literally, I have. I've been like, okay, come on.
I know,
All this
right?
stuff is this political bullshit. And I don't want to listen to this right now. Where's G?
What's going on?
Oh, just my political channels.
Oh, yours. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't watch listen to any of that anymore. It's just
I've
it's
been trying.
irrelevant, over, it's hosed. Yeah.
I've been
I don't
trying
even,
not to.
oh my
In
goodness.
fact, quite honestly, a lot of them, when I see them pop up in my subscribe thing now, I go in and I just hit unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Because
I
I don't
I
need
don't
it.
even want to say it. I don't want to say it, you know?
There's not a damn thing I can do about it anyway.
There never was. There never was.
Yeah.
Nope. So we won't go down that road because this is all recorded. You know, if we had 4 or 5 of us come up, we'll go in the back office. Ooh, a toenail trimmer. I know what that is.
Yeah. My dog won't come near me now.
Oh,
She knows what it is too. And she's like,
did you
And she's hiding the paws.
did you cut her quick one time or something?
I took her first trimming, I took her in to have it done and they
Mm-hmm.
traumatized her.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah, they probably manhandled her, put her foot on her head, and just, hey, you're gonna do this, and whack whack. Oh my God,
Yep.
that's so sad.
Yep.
Actually, you met him on Paulus. I didn't know if you know him before. His name is Chrome, and I'd seen this before, but he used a little grinder. But I think that could be scarier because you have the whine of the motor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you turn it on, and any drill or blender or something is just going to scare the crap out of them if they don't like it. You
Right.
know, but you got to start small. You got to start ginger. You know, yeah, it's like pulling a hangnail off for us. You know, you just need to start small. But so, how
Right.
you doing? What you been doing? What's up?
Well, that snowstorm I was talking about for the last couple of days,
It's snowing
it
here
finally
too.
decided to hit.
Nice.
About 5 o'clock this afternoon, it started snowing.
Mm-hmm.
And my van is now rocking back and forth. I can literally hear the wind through the stovepipe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got some snow.
All right. Guess who's
How
out
about
there?
you? Who?
Guess who's out there?
Is
Right
Troy
there.
here?
Solex.
Ah, Solex!
He can come up,
Right
but I
on.
am sure the double toothpick's not staying up till 5 a.m. Or was it 6, Solex? I don't know. Oh my gosh.
Wait till
Yeah, his internet went down or
Danny
something.
you're on.
He's scary. He's brilliant. We have good times, but oh my goodness, we talk way too much. So I definitely don't want to do that tonight because I'm only doing this live now because I want to, like you said, I want to create a rapport that I'm, late night with G. I guess that's my new handle. I like coming on. I'm right out of school. I need to wind down, except we get some good topic, right?
Right.
And there's like people like you that like to stay up for a couple hours. So, but I do want to put a timer on. I just want to do this for a couple hours max. I mean, because darling, I've been running 4 and 5 hours after.
I hear you.
That's
I hear
3
you.
and 4. So
There's
I love the
been
watch
times
hours.
that I've actually fallen asleep listening to everybody talk,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's all good. But anyhow, I got 7 comments. I better catch up. So hello, who's out there? That's me, Solek, Dana. Hello. Oh, yeah. So how do I pronounce this? Nanger?
Naj.
Okay, Naj. And Cargo Dan. Naj, you guys want to come up? I know you guys have been around. I don't really know you, but come on up. The link's pinned up above, and we're just gonna have a chat. If my internet holds up, it's really bad. We're storming. So between Reno and coming home, there was an inch of snow. And people are doing 80 on the 80. If you're not doing 80 on the 80, you're in the way. It's really bad. And then I get here and there's an inch of snow and the snowplows moved it out. So it's fun and dandy. There he is, the floating hand. But Naj and Cargo Dan, was it? Yeah, come on up if you like. Hit the like before you come up though. Oh yeah.
How's Solex today?
Yeah. Solo does that almost every time lately. He doesn't hit the button on his mic before he comes up. He shows us how to do it each time too. Voila.
Just to prove that I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
In fairness, it was Georgie and I pirated somebody else's after hours thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those could have been my watch hours, but no. I knew nothing we said we wanted recorded though. Yeah.
And the Men in Black shut me down. Just
yeah?
as soon as you were getting close to a secret, the one of the biggest secrets on the planet, I'm
Dude, I found it though. I found it. It's not anywhere where you thought it was.
Now hang on a second. We got to make sure that we're talking about the same thing here.
Yeah, hide your peripherals. Hey, Cargo Dan, you want to come up, Naj? I mean, just a small, intimate group tonight. Let's just bring us all in circle here. I want to meet you face to face, if you can. If not, yeah,
my internet's not good enough where I can run the comments as well. I don't think so.
Yeah, well, I'll try to click on them and bring them up so you won't have to. But yeah, it's storming here too. So anyhow, all right, Solex, where'd you think it was?
Well, you were. It was great. You caught that the sun was coming onto that place.
Yeah.
At a certain angle, which means there's only, and then the railroad track was going by it, and so there was only one place that it could be, and it was the picture was taken from the south, meaning that the railroad track was going kind of north southeast.
That's our new peep is in the house. Come on up, Michael. Yeah. So you found it? You found it then, Solex?
No, my internet got smashed. I think the Men in Black are on my ass.
Look who's in the house. Late night with G. How you doing, Ray?
There's, I don't know if he's got bad weather as well, but from what I understand, there's a major storm system going through.
So this is the deep dark hole that we are looking into. That is a hole.
Ooh.
Where's that
Okay.
at?
Well, that's yet to be determined, really.
Okay, these
Michael, ready?
this brick and mortar was done before the 18th century.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the interesting thing about this, where am I? The interesting thing about this is the rim of this. That's metal, and if you drop anything metal on it, it makes no sound whatsoever. So it's a mystery hole.
Mm-hmm.
What? Say that again?
It's a mystery
Yeah.
hole, and it's also been reported by the Native Americans and Basque. I kept
It makes
saying
no
all.
sound at all.
What's that? No sound. No sound.
Tell her
at
how,
all.
tell her how deep they've found out to be at least that deep.
Now here's the thing. It's called Mill's Hole, and it's on a piece of property that Mill purchased. Now he found another hole up in southern Washington, and strange things happened in that hole. And so the government came in and commandeered his property, kicked him off his property, and then so he left. He went down to Nevada, and then he found this hole. And so the Bureau of Land Management came in and and this never happens. The Bureau of Land Management eminent domained his property here, and then so he got pushed off his own property, and then he was offered a settlement by the BLM. Guess how much?
250,000. 250,000 a month.
A month for leasing. That's just for leasing the property.
Yeah. Yeah, 250 a month. Okay. But then he went to
What the hell is
Australia.
on that property?
In order for him to accept the agreement, he had to leave the country.
Mhm.
What? Huh?
I know. I mean, it's not just the hole that's a mystery. It's the government that wanted all these holes Mel was finding.
Okay, so where did these holes lead to?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows how deep it is. He went and got like 20 spools of
1,000? Or miles?
18,000. He went and got 20 spools of monofilament line, 18,000 feet, and he never got to the bottom. He put a lead weight on it, never got to the bottom. He doesn't. And that's deep. That's almost twice as deep as the deepest known well, which is in Russia at 2.5 miles deep.
And are they still drilling that one, or did they give up because the bits were being melted by them?
That's the thing now. See, when
Yeah.
you get down that deep and into the ground, it gets really hot.
Yes.
But that monofilament line going down this hole never melted. So
Like
something's
Kevlar,
different.
or what?
Yeah, so something was different about this hole than any other place on the planet.
Yeah.
Not to mention that, and then there's okay. I'll tell you this: it's all a story.
Right. Wink, wink.
Part of it's true, part of it's maybe not so true.
Okay.
But there's so much information here that, well, if it's not true, then why was the government so interested in that? And why was it blacked out on Google Earth?
Right.
You couldn't even zoom in on it. But now Georgie is really twisting.
Well,
And Georgie's really twisting
There's
my
another
nuts
one.
here, saying that he found it. You found it?
no, not that one. But the verbiage, it leads you to it. So there's a second one. So the verbiage for that one was Mel's Hole, and you search Mel's Hole, and they don't want you to find that one. I found the Devil's Hole.
Right. This is the
Okay.
Devil's Hole.
Hold on. I'm not on it. I'm looking at the map.
Birds won't
Oh,
fly
wow.
over it. Animals won't go near it. Any animal
Hold
that
on,
comes
I can't-
close to it dies.
My internet is so bad tonight. I got 5 black squares. Okay. Do you have you're saying that's the Devil's Hole?
Right. You
Okay.
see, you can't. I've been studying this thing. 10 years I've been on this, and I was following Mel Water, his communications online with everybody, and they're getting the conversation wrong. These little news sites. So the first hole was, and you can go on YouTube. There's these two kids who found Mel's first hole up in Washington, and they sent down. They took, because of the heat factor, so they took a styrofoam cooler, stuck a camera on the end of it, and lowered it down in there, and it's 880 feet deep. On examination of bibliography documents, there was a gentleman that was up in there, and he was a surveyor for a mineral company looking for gold, and that guy had dug that hole. So they're mixing two elements from one hole to the other, because the Native Americans of Washington always talked about that. There, you're right on it. No, that's
see the fence?
Right.
They don't let you anywhere near it. And see this? This is a gated walkway, so you can glance. You can glance over, but this is not the hole he's showing. But this is what they lead you to be.
The Washington hole, and that's not the hole that I'm showing. That is the hole that who's the guy who killed people, and they were a cult? Mansfield or something was involved.
Manson.
Yeah, this is the Manson hole, where he'd go on his psychedelic trips, and where he reported strange occurrences happened when they were in the hole. So that's not anywhere near the one that I'm talking about in Northern Europe.
Yeah, but this one is the verbiage next to that one, so they lead you astray to think the one you're talking about is this one. Yes, that's all I'm saying.
Ooh, misinformation.
Misdirection.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like a Ray thing. It's like, not over here, not over here. Ray?
So if you see the shadow, if you see that shadow right there, Georgie hooked onto the shadow thing. I didn't even think about that. I was looking for that railroad track in the back right there, and there's only a few places where they actually had to take these stones right here to shore up the ground for the railroad track, and I couldn't find it. So I'm still on this. I'm going to find it.
Okay. So do you think it's where we looked last night?
No, because this railroad track, according to your observation here of the shadow here, this railroad track has to be going somewhat north and south.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because look, sit to the other side and show the other shadow. Sit to the other side. Yep, keep going. Okay, see the rock over there too?
Right.
Yeah, point to those boulders again. Stick your arm straight out. Yeah, those boulders right there. There's the massive shadow there. Now, we don't know the time of the day, but most likely that's high noon-ish, right? And that shadow is directly the opposite side of that. So the sun, so that track runs north and south, if not north or south by southwest.
If it wasn't high noon, the shadow here of this pole,
right?
You're not getting the whole pole shadow. Well, the pole shadow actually, it actually goes
sit to
way
the other
up
side again. Sit to the other side again. Shift over. Is that? See, there's no shadow on that second pole. But it is so thin. So raise your hand. That second pole right there?
Yeah, this one right here.
No, this. Yeah, you see a little bit right there.
Yeah.
But there's not much around. Right.
Anyway, that's okay. Here's the thing here. This picture was taken a lot long ago than what they're reporting in their news sites. This is like this is not 2010.
Yeah.
No. There's no way
So holes have it?
2010.
Well, let's take a time out and do a round of introduction. We're going to start way over there on the other side. We got Cargo Dan up in here. Hello, hello.
Cargo Dan.
Hello, everyone.
Thanks for coming up, buddy. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
There's not much to tell. I'm an open book. I'm an open book.
Good. So, Cargo Dan, you like cargos? You haul things?
No, see, You see, I bought a cargo van,
Uh huh.
and when I started a new YouTube channel,
Hmm.
I called myself Cargo Van Dan. Well, there's so many Dans out there with vans.
Oh,
I decided to get rid of the van part.
yep. There are. There's the blue
And
van
it's,
Dan, the man van, the van van, and the van
yeah,
van.
there's
Oh,
all kinds of them.
man.
And
Sorry
and
about
it
that, man.
what's in the name anyway? So yeah, no big deal.
Well, when you are the cargo van man or the cargo Dan,
I am
yeah,
the Cargo Dan. Yep.
yeah, or CD for short, he says. Cool.
Yeah. And I have a homestead on the river, Colorado River. So
Ooh, I like that.
yeah.
So the guy above you has some land, or he's in Wyoming, Montana.
Montana.
He wants to be in Montana. Yeah, he wants to be in Wyoming. All right, to your right, I see Michael's in the house.
How you doing, everyone?
Michael,
Hi, Michael.
he is actually in a cargo.
I'm
That's
in
his
a
story.
cargo.
Tell us, buddy.
What's that?
Michael Donovan, and I'm
Go-
so
yeah,
happy.
please tell us.
I'm so happy you're getting out your photography videos. That's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah,
Why,
I
thank
saw that
you.
today.
Thank you. Yep. Starting to trying to go through my drives and do some of that stuff, and I seem to have lost a lot of pictures somewhere. So I'm in the process of trying to find them, and I just happened to notice you guys were on late again, so I decided to take a break and pop in.
All righty.
And I need
Cool.
to come up with a creative name.
And
Just Michael is, creative.
yeah,
I should run a contest. Make a name for me.
You got a hobby? What's your hobby?
Photos.
Photo Mike? I don't know.
but he has a cargo trailer.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes. I'm in a cargo trailer, 5x10,
right now.
5 foot high.
Mhm.
I'm not that tall, so I only have to
It works.
tilt my head like this to clear the ceiling. So,
That
very
reminds
simple
me.
build.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah. Been doing this since February 2017. I spent 3 months of the year in New Hampshire as my home base area, and the rest of the time I travel. I'm currently in Southwest Florida.
Right on.
So,
Now, Georgie asked me a question last night. How big mine was? I was just guessing. I know it's something like 6 feet wide, but I know it's 12 feet long. I really don't know how tall it is, so I'm gonna go find out right now.
Righty then. We'll wait for you. It's cold out. All righty.
That's good.
And this beautiful young lady up here in the corner is in, guess where? AK, Alaska. What's going on up there?
I am in
Dana?
Wasilla, and no, you cannot see Russia from the back door. I don't care where your back door's at.
Mhm.
are you in a cargo trailer?
No, I'm in a step van. I'm in a step
She
van.
stepped it up a bit.
Oh,
Been in a van since, well, we've been mobile living since February of last year. So just a little over a year. Started out in we bought a larger step van, but they found out that the engine was blown in it. And so got a cargo van. I started out in that, and my son decided that he wanted the cargo van, so he bought this for me. And we've been working on converting it. We're saving for a piece of property that we can work on putting a few small cabins on and a great big garden. I've got a few medical issues that I'm trying to get figured out, and my son told me that he's not going to leave me alone until I do. And so if I want to be left alone so I can go travel and have fun, I need to get my shit taken care of. So that's what I'm working on.
Get her
We
business
had that
settled.
talk again today, so
Oh, okay. Calmly. Really good. It worked out.
Oh yeah, no, he's a good kid. He's 30
Mhm.
years old. Well, soon to be 30, and he's just worried about me, So, and I can
Mhm.
understand
A
completely.
good man.
He is. I did something right there. So
Crinkle,
Uh-oh.
crinkle, crinkle.
You're breaking out the potato chips.
We heard it. All right. How
Cough
tall
drop.
are you? And
how big is it?
Exactly 6 feet. The interior.
careful.
The interior is exactly 6 feet wide by 6 feet tall.
Sweet.
That's it? 6 tall?
I thought it was taller.
Yeah. Well, how tall are you?
Well, my head hits the ceiling.
6'4". Okay, 6'4". Well, that means just put the covering above the 2x4s, or so you'll just have to dip a little bit, and you can still. Yeah.
Yep.
Unless you're of that age where you're naturally hunched over anyway.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
If I, see, there's just. Oh, I know something about that.
Solix,
You know.
are you wearing cowboy boots?
Yep.
Take
All the
those off
time?
and you'll lose about 4 inches. Oh, okay.
I wondered what that was.
A cowboy at home, he takes his hat and boots off. That's how it works.
That's polite. That would be mudroom. What's her title, folks? What's her title?
Barefoot
Yeah,
Good.
it's all
PK.
wrapped up
Good.
though.
Yeah, that's
That one's
yeah.
still all wrapped.
We can call that the booty. The girl's got
So I
a
have a
good booty. All right, Michael's gonna tell us a story now.
Well, no, I got a question though. What does everybody use for video editing software?
Oh, I haven't figured that out.
Filmora.
Windows photo app.
So far,
So
I'm
I'm
just using Apple iMovie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Filmora's easy.
then-
It is, eh?
Yeah.
What is?
What did you say, George?
Filmora.
Film.
It's real easy. Yeah.
Now, if Ray is still in the chat, if he could come up and talk to us about editing, that might be a big
Yeah.
help.
I really like some tips.
Well, if Ray would come up, he doesn't even have to turn on his camera. We just want some education on your editing.
Education.
If you go into Filmora, there's a free app to get started. You don't have to pay for it. There's going to be a watermark at the bottom of your video,
Yeah.
and that'll stay on there until you pay for it. But it doesn't cost that much per
Right.
year. I think it was $69 or something at one time.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Yeah.
it is now, but that's what I use.
Mhm.
If there's a couple videos when I first started that I didn't use Filmora, I just use Movie Maker, and
Okay.
but if you look at some of the other ones, then you'll see that was edited on Filmora.
Yeah.
Come on up, Ray.
Come on, Ray.
I will check that
Awesome.
Filmora out, definitely.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
Now,
found that's the easiest one.
Ray, on the other hand, here is obviously an Apple person because he
Yep.
uses Final Cut Pro, and that's exclusively, I do believe, exclusively to Mac, or you might be able to get it on a platform, but you can't switch it over. Some like Filmora, I think you can use it on both platforms. Can you not?
I believe so.
Yeah, and a lot of them are out there, but Final Cut Pro is made to work on an Apple product. Firstly, if not totally. Yeah. So he paid for that. That's a big one. But like you're saying there, Dan, is get the free version of whatever you get and see if it's good. See if it works
Try
for
it
you.
out. Yeah, they have a
Absolutely.
tutorial, and besides that, there's several YouTube tutorials that you can watch. Daniel's got a good one on Filmora, but he's not with Filmora anymore. So,
Oh, okay.
but Daniel has got quite a few on there at the start that'll help you out. But I mean, what's in editing? You take a lot of shots and then you cut them up and put them together and put some music with them. I don't know how big you want to You know, if you want to be like a movie studio or what, but
Hold on, Dan. What we have here is an ongoing
Van Life
inside
Rock.
joke,
I
so to
love
say.
it.
Yep.
I love
So
it.
that is Ray. That is
And
Ray,
DJ.
all pumped up, and the guy in the back's DJ. Yes, Ray, you got to come up here and have a comment on that. You got to
Dude,
come
that
up
is
and have a comment on that.
awesome.
Hold on.
That is epic shit.
So, Lux, is that a preview? Is that exclusive right here on the G Late Night Show?
Just sharing part of my new collections.
Ah,
Ray,
that's epic shit.
I got a hobby, and I
In
make
the
it accessible
house.
to everybody. Yep.
Lux, bring that back up. We have a guest. He's in the house. It's Ray from Van Life Rocks.
What's going on? I love it, Solex. That's awesome.
That's cool. Hold that up again. Hold that up again. Ray, take a look at you.
Look at that. I gotta screenshot that.
Look at the muscles.
Wow. Somebody's been
Yeah.
working out.
Ways.
Somebody's been
Dude.
working out.
Although he needs a tan.
Got the hat and everything, dude.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
dang.
I love it.
I love it.
Dang. That's
Skills.
insane.
Skills.
All right. I like the 6 pattern. Works better. I don't like that,
That
little
is so
gap
cool.
there.
Yeah, I'm
So,
already
Ray.
already
Yeah.
in bed. I'm exhausted.
Okay. That's
All these-
fine.
All these like 4 hours of live streaming is like, it's
I
fun.
don't know. I don't
It's
know where you
fun.
find it. I don't know where you find the time, Ray, with all the work that you've been doing on your videos and live streams yourself.
Yeah.
Boy,
I'm glad Ray's
Yeah.
up here because I got to tell him something. The second I saw those hang gliders hanging off that cliff, I knew exactly where you were at. My uncle took me over there to teach me hang gliding, and
Yeah.
but he never mentioned that the landing zone. The clothing is optional.
Yep.
Oh, snap.
Yep. Black's Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's lots of hang gliding. They're hanging out, aren't they?
Those guys are cool. Those just hanging out. They could be up there for hours if they wanted to.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Well,
It's
the
sweet.
draft is absolutely perfect to learn hang gliding or paragliding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks, and they're flying with the birds. They're feeding the birds.
you still have to climb down there, Ray, or is there a road to it now?
There's a couple places where you could drive, but the way I go is I park at Torrey Pines State Beach and I walk down. So it's about, I don't know, maybe about a mile and a half, I would guess, about a mile.
Well, we
Along
parked at
the
the
beach.
top and went down the cliff.
Right. Yeah, there's other ways
Wow.
of going down. Yeah.
Yeah, a guy that was with us had Levi's on, and he went out in the ocean and swam with them on. Didn't want to take them off.
Come on, man.
And then he
Clothing
came
optional or
and,
not.
then he laid on the beach until they dried, crystallized.
Owie.
He was
Yeah.
a salty dog.
He couldn't get back up.
Help me up. Help me up. Yeah.
We had to pull him up with a rope. Yeah,
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Black Beach.
Sometimes you can. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I went. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, I was there on Tuesday. Was it yesterday?
Hmm.
And there was hardly anybody there. It was pretty quiet. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll fly my drone.
It's probably
You
too
know.
cold.
Yeah. But no, it's been nice at the beach. It's been beautiful. But of course, today and tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so I came back to my hometown. So,
Beat snow, right?
well, I'm headed to the Eastern Sierras here pretty soon. So, up by Bishop
Cool.
is my plan. So,
Oh my God, I love that area.
yeah. it's
I think
beautiful.
one of the questions was about the editing software you use. You
Yeah.
got Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, so I started with iMovie. I had iMovie for probably 2 good years. This was back in 2010, 2011, 2012. And then I just kind of grew out of it. And so I just wanted to make that step to Final Cut Pro 10. And so I've had it now for, 8 years now. So, which is nice because for how much did I pay? I think I paid $200 for it. Is it
Man, that was
$200?
big.
Is it $200 for that program now?
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
I don't know.
Ask this guy.
Oh my goodness! I think it's
I
two, I
know.
think it's two, I think it's $2 or $3.99 or is it $2.99?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's a one-time fee. You have it for the rest of your life. So it is
Wow.
expensive, but again, it comes with free upgrades. So if they ever change anything with the software, it's the upgrades are included. It's free. So, and it's the best of the best, in my opinion,
Yeah.
for Apple. For Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Apple. Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
and then if it's good enough for the professionals, and it's good enough for me, and that way,
Yeah.
if I ever wanted to fall back on another job of producing again, then I could do that.
Right.
So.
Ray is in the house. Ray
Oh
is
my
in
gosh.
the house. Oh, he's gonna finger it out.
I
Figure
gotta
it
trim my
out.
nose. I gotta trim my nose hairs, man.
We did.
Need some help,
Oh
Solix.
man.
You look like a CIA operative.
That's what people say all the time, especially in my van.
Men in Black.
Oh, I'm serious. One of my neighbors, his their internet wireless name is Surveillance Van.
Oh
Mm,
no,
yeah.
I've
That
used
is
that on my
FBI.
router a few times.
Yeah.
that's terrible though. I mean, everybody's complaining about white vans being parked all over the neighborhood now.
The
Yeah.
white van, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. I want to see if I can find it. But yeah, it's FBI one. FBI surveillance van. I haven't asked
Yeah.
my neighbor below me. I live in a little fourplex, and it's probably him. He's a rowdy like that.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so Ray, is Final Cut Final Cut Pro, is it exclusively for Macs?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's
so.
what
I
I
was
thought.
looking.
Okay.
Of course, I've been a Mac guy since like 2000. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And were
When
you?
I
And
do-
is that because of video? Is that why you went Mac?
I've been Mac since like almost middle school. I mean, ever since
Yeah.
they first came out.
Oh, did your
Yeah.
parents go down that road, or what made you go down that?
I think it was my best friend. My best friend had a Mac, and then ever since then,
Okay. So it's his
and-
fault.
it's his fault. And then
Yeah.
I'm always into photography and videography.
Okay.
My whole life,
Yeah, that-
basically.
Okay, there it is. So there-
Since the 80s. Yeah. Yeah.
For the-
I remember back in 86, my dad brought a camcorder where it had the strap where you put it all over your shoulder, and you have this big old box, and then the wires connected to the camera and the box.
Is
and
VHS or Beta?
oh man, I don't even know, but it was huge.
I think it was Beta. I remember those.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Mike.
Mike.
Real quick, one thing is I still think it's true to this day is the photo with photography and video and whatnot, you can't beat a Mac.
Yeah.
As far as graphic design work, everything like that. And I actually had a iMac at one point, and I think it's still in storage, but it's so old now I couldn't even up.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
I looked through I was checking to see if Final Cut Pro had a cross-platform, and it brings me to the Filmora. So
Really? So
yeah,
So
I do.
that
I
was what
search,
Dan said, right?
search Final Cut Pro for Windows, and it brings me up Filmora.
Yeah, and then
So
Filmora Pro is their top editing software right now.
And that's what you've been using for how long?
Filmora, I just started that last year.
Okay.
I think it was around June or so of last year. So
Okay. Cool.
yeah,
Well, Ray,
So-
I'm still tossing the coin about buying that Mac Mini versus waiting for a regular laptop.
Well, you got to think long term. So,
Right.
based on the systems that you want on the road or wherever you're going to go, you got to think
Yeah.
long term sometimes, because it's a big purchase. $3,000 right there.
Yeah. Well, the Mac Mini is only, I mean, even with the school package, it'd be about $1,200.
Plus everything else, plus the software, plus the monitor, plus
No,
whatever
and
else. You
the
want
only
to
reason I was looking at that, because I have a 4K monitor. I mean,
Okay.
that'd just be the keyboard and I have a mouse. But the software included, the Final Cut Pro and the educational ones or whatever they're offering, is $1,200 for that computer.
Nice.
Is that? But
I mean-
are you thinking? Now you're saying long term. Do you think that I ought to save and get a laptop all in
If
one?
you're on the road, I believe so, because
Okay.
say if you're on the road, you want to go into the coffee shop. You know, it's 100
Right.
degrees, 110 degrees outside. You want to go in
Oh,
Starbucks. You know, you can bring the
yeah.
laptop into Starbucks, or you can take it into the gym, or you take it into the library. You can take it into wherever.
Mhm.
You know. So
Yeah.
being a nomad,
Or
I
out
think,
under the shade trees. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Okay.
at the park, yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
just
But
more
being a
options.
nomad,
Being a
you're
nomad, yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
you want that flexibility to go,
Yeah.
edit that video over
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah. I was just thinking that, yeah, $1,200 is a lot of money.
yeah,
It's not so much for the quality of the Mac that you would get, and it would be an introductory. I've not had Macs before. I've not, and I'm willing to go there because of the quality that this is worth a $7,000 laptop now. You know,
right,
The-
right.
yeah, it's insane what Mac has stepped up to do. If you guys didn't know, they added the video chip to the processor chip, so it doesn't have to go over to the video board and then back. It's right there,
Yeah.
and it makes it huge stronger. Yeah.
So what do you have right now?
I have an Acer. It's also the name is Inspire, but it's a very older. It's about 3-4 years older, but it's bound up. The hinge is broken on the monitor. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! All but the last 2 inches of the monitor is glued together, so I don't
Yeah.
shut it at all.
Yeah.
And the other one I have, I can't unplug it. If I'm sitting here and I trip over the cord or it's unplugged, for some reason, poof, it's gone. And it has a brand new battery in it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the charge itself, but it doesn't make sense to me to be the power cord when it is applying power,
Mhm.
But you unplug it and it goes dead. But it has a brand new battery,
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, I have electronics background, but I don't know.
Right.
Anywho, so and then I have some external drives. I have 2 Western Digital drives, are USB 3, the blue ones. But I didn't realize when I bought these that they're actually spinning discs. They're just way
Yeah.
smaller.
Yeah.
And you can't have that for the road, right?
Yeah. I mean, you run the risk of damaging the disc because of the vibration, the heat, and all kinds of stuff. The dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have, 3 little tiny, these are called SATA for the connection, SATA, but these are also SSD drive.
Okay. Yeah.
So I have,
28 gigs.
it's pretty small these days, right? So I have 2 of them. And then the same footprint, I have a laptop. This is what a laptop, you guys don't know. This is a laptop spinning hard drive. Those tiny things too.
They were watching Wayne tonight, and he was showing the his.
George, when you hold up yours, I have mine too right here.
Cool.
Western Digital.
Those look a little
1
bigger.
terabyte,
Yeah.
1 terabyte and 2 terabyte, and
Uh-huh.
then I also have my 4 terabyte, and then I have, and that's what I'm looking for is I have 2 laptop hard drives out of my old
Yeah.
laptop that I need to pull off stuff from, and those are what I'm looking for.
Yeah, those. Well, you have a small area, you'll find them. But they're all Western Digital. Yeah, I watched a video on the quality of Western Digital. And I'm really impressed with that. And I made hard drives at Hewlett Packard, so I know what goes into them. So
Oh God, I remember the old MFM hard drives, the big clunky 20
oh yeah,
20 meg.
they're freaking huge, like this thick. Yeah, I've got 6 or 8 of those too. I don't know how many, like 40, 80 gigs, but yeah, you got to upgrade. But right now, okay, so those are probably a terabyte. Okay, and this little tiny drive here, it's a thumb drive.
Yep.
I got it because I can put it into my phone, my cell phone, and get my images off my cell phone. But it took 2.5, almost 3 hours to get those 1,500 photos or whatever it was. But now I put it on here, and a lot of them are corrupted. So, Ray, on my phone, they're there, is it this? I mean, it's not every one. It's sporadic. Should I just try it again, or what do you think is going on?
I don't know. I'm not
They're
sure.
all off the phone
Yeah, I don't know.
because they're on the phone. Yeah, it's not like
A
they're
small
different
batch
files.
at a time.
What's that?
Maybe try a small batch at a time, George.
Yeah. On this certain thing, I don't know how to do that yet. I didn't look into it. It just says, "Do you want to transfer all your photos?" I said, "Certainly, I do." So the next level is, and I should just do this anyways, is just pay for the iCloud for like a month or whatever. Pay 1 month for 2 gigs or whatever it takes, and upload them all there, and then download them.
What about a sync cable?
None of them work. I have bought 2 brand new ones from the store, Apple store. I've gotten ones at the local Wally World or wherever.
And you're trying to
brand
put
new
the
one.
images from your phone to your laptop?
Yeah, the cable won't work. Even this brand new phone. I don't even want to know how much this costs,
Well,
right?
there's definitely something wrong with that laptop.
Exactly.
I have a
So
lot of-
that's why I'm looking into a new computer. If I'm going to spend money on one, it'll be at least $1,000. But I looked in and I found this Apple one, and it's a little tiny. It's considered it as a desktop, but it's only what, 1.5 inches tall by 6 by 6.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yep.
Well, besides your phone for doing videos and images, what are you using any other cameras?
No, not yet. Well, besides the drone, but even that, I haven't made anything really of quality to deal with.
Well, I was just thinking if you have
Right.
a camera, and
Mhm.
I would take some video or images with that, and then hook that up to your laptop and see if you can export it. Take it off, put it on there, and see what happens.
Right. And this is a brand new phone, and the old phone, I couldn't take them off. The old phone is what I was talking about. This one here, I can get them off of this on here, like you said, doing small batches, because this data, I think it's 128 gigs. It's full too. Just a few videos, because this is really high quality. Is this 4K plus or how, Ray? What's
Yeah,
this one do?
it's 4K. Yeah.
Okay, so it's probably stuck in that mode, and it's plumb near full, and I don't have anything on it. But yeah, again, I've had troubles with that cable or that phone getting the video onto this computer. So, and I tried different ports, and I actually have, and I thought ahead, Ray, that I bought the what is this called? The USB 3C, whatever.
USB-C. Yep.
Yeah, that, because that'll go into Mac, and this little adapter to put USB ports to do the downloading. It's even got a HDMI.
Yeah.
And then another port. But here I can put the cards in it. See, I can get the cards in there.
Yeah.
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 And yeah, so it is definitely this computer.
It's time for a new computer, my friend.
Certainly. So again, do I pull the trigger and okay, I don't need that. Tell
Swapping
me.
computers.
What's the cheapest? What's the cheapest Mac that they make? What's the cheapest laptop that Mac makes? Is it about $1,200 or what?
Sorry, my speakers were acting up. The cheapest what?
The cheapest laptop that Mac makes, that Apple makes.
Oh, well, again, I'm not a guy to go backwards in technology, and if I divulge into a technology, I want darn near the highest.
Okay.
But I think it's 12 for the light air. But again, they're going to put out another one that's going to be maybe $1,400 in a couple months.
Yeah. Right.
And if I'm going to get into the technology, meaning Mac, I don't want to buy something used at all. Yeah. And in my photography, that's where I really screwed up. It's probably the only thing that I remember that of all things that I've ever bought used was the last camera, and it had some error, and I haven't done photography since, and that's been about 8 years. I'm not proud of that. Yeah. So because I have one of my lenses is a Nikkor 80-200 at 2.8. That's a $2,500 lens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not jumping ship to Canon or Sony's, and that's the latest thing is the mirrorless ones, right?
Wow.
Honestly, your phone is good enough.
Exactly. So that's how, and listen, folks, that's how I justified buying that quality of phone. That phone right there is only my camera. Yeah. The other one, I'll keep the phone. Yeah.
Well, I have a the Osmo DJI Osmo action camera, and it was only a couple $100 for everything. And
Yeah, it's the little one.
it-
It's the little,
yeah,
little.
it's not the little square. No, it's a
Oh, okay.
like the GoPro.
Oh, the
But-
action cam. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and it just takes the place of using my cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
And so now I have the two cameras. I can set one up, and the action
Oh,
camera can go underwater. It can do everything. So
Yeah, that's
when
on
I
the
go
list, but when
I go
Right.
out on the boat, or I go for a hike, or I'm working on a project or whatever,
Mhm.
and I got all the filters for it too. I mean,
Wow.
I really like using that Osmo. I don't have any problem importing. I don't have any problem with doing still shots, lap time, whatever. You can do whatever you
Yeah.
want with it. It's great.
Now, Ray, you're a GoPro guy, right?
I do, but I tend to use it less now that I have a nice phone. I mean, I still need to
Yeah.
Oh,
upgrade.
did you
from
get the mini? Did you
No,
finally
not
get the
yet.
mini?
No, I still have
Okay,
the
okay.
10S, but I still want to get the 12.
Yeah.
But I find that the iPhones or a smartphone, a really good smartphone, is the
Yeah.
best way to go. It's just so easy.
Yeah. Well,
It's
as
an-
long as you're not around water, right?
Okay, so I don't have that as an excuse anymore, do I?
For what?
Yeah, you gotta
What?
use what you have. I mean,
Yeah.
I whatever you have, just use it
Oh, that's
and
the key word.
max
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the excuse
Sony
I've been
Handycam.
using, is that I don't
Yeah.
have a camera,
Hmm
or I don't have a
You
video
do.
camera, or I
Don't
don't
you?
have a
You have
drone.
a cell phone. You have a
Okay,
cell phone, right?
Dana.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've got a really damn good iPhone.
What phone do you have?
What is it? Hold on, Solix. I want to show her. What do you got? Show it off.
I could tell. Let me see the back of it.
Is it a 7 or 6?
Let me see. Let me see.
It's a bag phone.
No, let me see the camera in the back.
I'm
Show us the
looking.
back of it. You don't have
Trying
to
get
take it
the
out.
case off.
You don't have to take it out
You
the
don't have
case.
to.
Okay.
That looks like
Come.
that's a 10S, 10 or 10S.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
good.
now
That's
I
good
wanna-
enough.
iPhone 4.
That's
Yeah, really?
that's what I shoot my videos with.
And then I have an iPad Pro as well, and this phone is the XS Max. No, that's
Mine in the car.
we're
Yeah,
still
it's a
paying
10.
on both of them. So
I
10.
have iPhone 4, which is my glorified iPod now.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
No.
what Josh told me, is that my old phone was basically a glorified iPod.
No, that Dana, that
So I
phone that you
guess-
have, there is what I basically use too. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah.
So
quality.
there goes that
Really,
excuse.
that's all
I
you
guess I
need.
better get busy.
start
Yeah.
There you go. No excuses now.
Okay, but let's learn by my mistake. Hold on, let me talk to you there. Let's learn by my mistake. Get everything off of your phone now. Get all your photos, download some way so you can get everything off of there. So now when you start, you can download everything again, and it'll be just for YouTube.
Okay.
Mainly. I mean, but
Well,
that's the
and
thing.
get all
Stay
my
on top
meticulous.
of getting that off of your phone. Because mine is clear full, and I had an emergency that I needed to take a photo, and my phone was so freaking full it wouldn't let me. And at 70 miles an hour trying to take a picture of somebody that stole something from me, I couldn't even erase photos. It says, no, you have to go manage your photos. So at 70 miles an hour, I'm deleting photos, trying to take a photo, and it said, no,
Oh.
good luck with this, So from my mistakes, please share that. Get everything off your phone now. And again, you can order this. This cost me like $20. This little thing, 500 gigs, will take everything off your phone,
I don't
and then
see it.
just erase that again. I don't know. Let me put myself up so I can see us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I wasn't yelling. I just get excited. So this is a DIANWW.
Okay.
And it has a little slider. So it's the iPhone on that end, and then you slide it, and then it's USB. But as you saw there, it flipped. That is a USB mini. I've never seen that before. See, this part flips off,
Uh-huh.
and then you got the Android phone,
That's cool.
and then it's USB. Crazy. But yeah, it's like $20. If I had an affiliate site, I'd send it to you.
Well,
That's a really good idea though, because I was
It
looking
is.
at my phone and I need to not only go through all my pictures,
Mhm.
which I've got a lot of junk on there,
I do.
screenshots that I've taken because
yeah.
I want to remember that, or that's a cool
Right.
meme, or
Yeah.
I want to share this with somebody,
Yeah.
and then I don't erase it.
Right.
And my emails, I need to go through my emails, and
Yeah, that's another story. That's another late night. Anyhow,
So-
Ray, were you gonna make a comment? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So I use two clouds. I use the iCloud with Apple, and I also
Mhm.
use Google Photos to back up my
Ah.
videos and my photos. And then I also back up my stuff to a hard drive. So I have 3 ways of backing up my system. So at any time, if I need a photo or a picture, I can either go to either cloud to download a photo or a video to make, whatever
Now,
I want to do with it.
is there an affiliate link to that or a share?
No, it's no.
Give
I
you
don't know.
credit?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. No.
Mhm.
But I think I pay $10 a month with the Apple one, the
Mhm.
iCloud, which is like 2 terabytes, I believe. I think
Mhm.
that's what it is.
I think so.
Something like that. Something like that. But
That sounds right.
but
Do you do that, Dan?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've already got an
Yeah.
iCloud account.
Oh wow.
But mine's a J7, and I'm not out using that phone like that. I don't even like getting on that phone, honestly.
Yeah.
I
What phone do you have? I'm sorry.
The
What phone?
J7, Galaxy
Oh,
J7.
okay. Oh, okay. I
But-
didn't know that one. Good.
Yeah, I'd rather go back to a flip phone myself. So,
Well, don't joke.
no
They're-
joke.
it-
I really.
No, they're putting one out. It's a
I know they
folding
are.
smartphone.
That's because I've been crying and complaining long enough that they're
well.
finally getting one out.
I have another buddy that's so analog. He has a really old flip phone. What's this one? Is this it? Galaxy 7.
Galaxy
Oh,
J7.
Jay. Okay. All right. You travel
That's-
trailer guys.
Now,
Got
that's
it.
the problem.
All right.
with-
Solik's been trumping at the bit. What do you got, Soli?
There's a problem with those Galaxies J7s. They won't run the Maverick Pro drones.
Oh,
You
yeah, I heard a
can't-
couple of them.
You can't download the software for those. I've tried because I got a Galaxy A01 and it wouldn't download that to mine. So anyway, I'm
What's
still
this one?
old.
What? 1 second. What's this one here? Verizon?
Droid.
Michael, turn your mic on there.
Sorry. Yeah, to this one, it's the Droid because their camera on it.
Okay. That's an older phone or what? Is that new or?
Well, it's kind of old. Well,
Okay.
But much better camera than the megapixel is a higher
Okay.
quality than the J7.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you're upgrading. The J7's a year old or something?
I got this 2 or 3 years now.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Technology changes so fast, and yep, you got this. You got the GoPro 9.
Oh, hey, speaking of
No,
technology,
that's the action cam.
Oh,
This
that-
is the action camera,
Hmm,
DJI Osmo,
Yeah.
with magnetic filters.
There's mine.
Wow. And they're
Is that
strong
one
enough
of
to stay
those-
on?
Oh yeah, they just stay there.
Okay.
I haven't used mine yet.
Okay. So Zolik's got a brand new 9, right? GoPro 9?
GoPro 9. I haven't even taken the plastic things off of it yet.
Oh,
Oh,
don't.
wow.
Just cut that off a little bit, dude. I don't take those off. I just cut that tab off.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. You're gonna get a screen protector anyway.
How much is
Oh,
the
yeah.
9? How much is that 9 now?
500 if you get
Oh,
that
yeah.
with the additional packages. I think.
Yeah. The extender pack.
Yeah.
So,
I always
Solex-
wanted a GoPro anyway.
The
Solex,
accessory
isn't
pack.
So I bought
Yeah.
the GoPro to use as a
Yeah.
webcam. Doesn't
Yeah.
work. Then I got this thing, and this specifically says
Holy
live
moly.
stream YouTube camera. No, because you got to buy a
What?
video converter adapter to go to your
Yes.
computer to this. Great,
Wow.
but I
Great.
can't.
Did you see that?
Yeah, what kind of camera is that?
Yeah, it's a knockoff.
Okay.
It was $100.
Oh, really? What?
Okay.
Mhm.
That looks fantastic.
I know.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's nothing different than a Sony.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Well, I'll try that out for you if you don't want to get rid of it.
And how much was that?
And I can't believe I'm going to say this.
You're just gonna sell it to me for $80.
I'm still old school. I'm still using my Sony
Yeah.
Handycam.
I have one of those.
Look at the battery on that
on.
hog.
Okay,
I have that.
the battery, that's special. Okay, I bought 3 of these batteries for $10 a piece. And the battery, you can leave the
Yeah.
camera on for 9 hours without turning it off.
Is that
Wow.
a battery or just happy to see you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big battery.
That's what she said.
So Lex,
So,
what camera did you use in your last video?
this one.
Okay.
So, I can't believe I'm saying this, but all these cameras except for the GoPro, it's 720, and that's all as high the resolution will go
Oh,
get on
wow.
that thing. But I
GoPro
still like it.
Yeah.
I have 2 of these batteries left. One of these cameras and batteries is at the bottom of the lake.
Nice. Silly boy.
That's what you get for kayaking and not protecting your gear.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Put a floaty on it.
Put it in a plastic bag or something.
Oh yeah. Bubble
And then
towel.
what kind of cell phone do you have, Solex?
A $40 Galaxy A01.
Yeah, he's not a phone man.
So then it sounds like you should probably be filming everything with the GoPro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's the best thing I got. Because I love the stabilization on that GoPro. You
Oh
can
yeah.
do this,
Oh, it's
and the
insane.
price is still level.
Yeah.
But
Rock steady.
I wanted to say something that Michael over here said. I think that it's going to go this way. And I noticed that he has a docking port for his external portable hard drives. My brother did that, and he's got 4 two terabyte ones. And he just plugs them all into the docking station, and that whole docking station plugs into the computer.
Yeah. And you can get those and they copy on themselves. It's called a RAID.
Right.
A RAID
Yeah,
parade.
So I got thousands of DVDs. He put all his DVDs on a 2 terabyte thing. I got so many cassette tapes, music.
What are
I
those?
want to put
Yeah.
that on a DVD. And then the concept is I have burnt up so many computers and I have lost so much data. My best work is on those things. And, it's one of those things, little Homer Simpson going on there. And I just lost all that data because the computer, I even took computer down to Best Buy Computer Geeks. They couldn't even recover the data. So I think that's a wise thing is to get that external hard drive to
Oh,
save
yeah.
because you just don't. Well, it's like what Georgie was saying. I was thinking he's going to lose that stuff eventually on that phone if you can't get it transferred.
No.
I don't have my camera equipment in here with me, but for the camera wise, Solex, what was that other one you pulled up?
Oh, this cool one with the little Mikey thing on it.
Yeah. And how much did you say you paid for it?
$194.
And
Dang.
is it good?
I don't know.
Oh.
I only got it so I could talk to you guys.
Oh,
Could you not use it as your webcam? I mean,
It's
not like
got a-
trucks and events.
It's got an HDMI on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well.
Didn't it have one on the side too?
The side, it's got nothing. It's just got it's not touchscreen. Now the Sony
Right.
is touchscreen.
What?
Yeah.
That old thing?
Yeah, 20
Yeah,
it's like 15, 20 years old.
Wow, wow. Well,
So-
it's lucky
so-
you have that. 'Cause- yeah.
So Solex, what are you using right now for streaming? Computer?
Yeah, well, that's a funny story about that.
So like,
I went to every place every place, Best Buy, Wally Worlds, just every place. It was even secondhand reconditioned shops in town. Nobody has any webcams. Nobody. And well, the sequestered at home thing for the past year, everybody's been snagging those things up like candy.
Yep.
So I was over at Walmart the other day before I got on with you folks, and I looked behind the counter, and they had this little box about you so big, and it was full of these webcams that were $10 a piece, and I just dipped my hand into one, went up to the register, and I'm with you guys now. So it's the weirdest little name on that thing. It's $10, so obviously it's a piece of junk. But if anybody, I found out something just yesterday. If anybody says it's my eyesight's going, I said, no, it's not my eyesight. It's your eyesight that's going. So that's
Now, is that just a lens on it that's out of focus when you do that, or is it?
No, it's
Yeah.
you can adjust the focus on the lens. So that's this is only function.
But Solix, it's too sharp. It's scary. There we go. No.
There I am.
Yeah, he did that the other night. Look how sharp he was. It's like,
Yeah, I don't like how sharp I look.
okay,
You can
we'll
actually see wrinkles now.
All right. So, Michael, you were showing something off there. What do you got?
Oh no, I was just grab my brace for my
Oh.
leg.
Oh, okay. Yep. Well, on that note, Dana, how's your foot? You showed it off a little bit there.
It's doing really
You got
good.
your booties on. Yeah.
Yeah, I had wound change yesterday.
Mhm.
Healing up even better this last week.
Yeah.
I start physical therapy this week. I've been
Wow.
working it and walking, trying to remain as flat-footed as I can. I've really noticed the difference in. It seems like I've lost an inch or two. on this
In
one.
your height, or
Yeah,
In
in
what?
my height. I can feel it and I can see it when I'm walking. I
Wow.
can feel it clear up through my back and my hips.
Swelling's
you're
going
gonna-
down.
Hmm?
The swelling's going down.
Oh, the swelling's definitely gone
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, I'm on the tail end of the healing now compared to what
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
So, Dan and Michael, are you familiar with her story? If she cares to share tonight, it'd be brief.
I was curious to the screen name Barefoot and AK, and then you start talking about her foot. Is there some
That's
kind
gonna
of
sound really
correlation?
stupid.
Should we not
Yes
be
and
worried?
no and no and yes. So
What happened?
Okay. I'm a barefooter when possible. For the most part, I like to go barefoot. I always have. I was raised in southern Idaho, and we just went barefoot. I have gone barefoot in the winter time here in Alaska. Yes, it is cold. You get used to it. I moved into the van, and it started getting cold in September, and we put a wood stove in, thinking that that's what I would do for heat through the winter. I stubbed my left foot on this wood stove, and I broke my pinky toe.
Oh,
bless
was
you,
really
whoever that
stupid.
was.
yeah.
So then that night, I got up to stoke the wood stove because it was getting cold, and I stubbed my toe that I had broken again.
Oh,
And then I'm stoking the stove and I'm watching the flames. And I had brain surgery 5 years ago. And ever since then, it seems in the fall, I have a seizure. Well, I decided that night to have that seizure, apparently. And I woke up the next morning to my son waking me up. I had put myself back to bed after my seizure. But I had this burn on my foot. Apparently, I had my seizure and fallen, broke my water jug. I had a massive bruise on my thigh. I had laid with my foot against the wood stove for I don't know how long. long enough to burn it to the bone.
Oh, wow.
Shock. Way wow.
Yeah.
The whole side of my foot, from my pinky toe clear to my heel, and
Yeah,
up into
Algono.
here. I mean, it was. The doctor told me originally that I was going to lose my foot.
That's, sorry that happened to you. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
terrible.
I can relate to the seizure because but I haven't done anything quite as bad as that. The worst I've done was I had one coming on. I thought I was safe in my chair that I was sitting in, and the next thing I woke up to was a whole a busted outlet and my whole arm cut up. But nothing as bad as what you did. And yeah, wow.
Well, it sounds like it could have been worse. It could have burned down the house, eh?
Luckily, I remember feeling, the last thing I remember feeling was, oh, I've got that funny feeling in my head. And so I remember shutting the wood stove and going to get up to go to bed because I figured that would be the safest place for me.
Wow.
In the past, all of my seizures have happened in my sleep. In the past, I've woken up to seeing EMS all around me, or I'm on my way to the hospital. My kids have told me that they've woken up to me in the process of a seizure. They've heard me crying out. Yeah.
So what's the prognosis? How's it going? Is it healing up pretty good or what?
Well, the foot is healing up great. In fact, the doctor that I'm going to, they put me on a wound vac. And they were talking about doing hyperbaric chambers. They were talking about a skin graft. Then I got approved for this matrix made out of Canada. It's new in trials. I'm in the trial process with them. But it's done fantastic. In fact, they want to use pictures of my wound throughout the process.
Wow.
And whatnot. So.
Well, yeah. Say yeah if you raise my medical bills, right?
Like I said, gee, you guys are paying for that. I'm on disability, remember?
Okay. Yeah. No.
Now,
luckily, because otherwise I don't know what I would do.
Well, that's okay. You just need to get yourself better. You can move your toes and everything on that foot.
Oh yeah. In fact, she had me for the first month. I wasn't allowed to move my foot at all.
Yeah, and you can put pressure on the. You can put pressure
for the first couple 3 months.
I got you.
Pressure. And don't move your toes at all for the first month, and then after that, she had me writing the ABCs with my foot. Practice doing my ABCs. So yeah, I've got good mobility.
Well, you're very lucky.
Oh, twice over. Yeah. Because the first doctor wanted to just, put her under the saw and just.
Yeah.
Well, I'll fix this.
I've seen it. Being a veteran, I've seen that a lot. So, you're very lucky.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of elderly gentlemen up here missing limbs.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky.
Now, Dana, with your seizures, when you're aware of them, do you get like a almost like a ringing fuzziness before you get them?
It's more like I'm falling in on myself, and lightheaded. Almost a ringing. Definitely a fuzziness. But
that's
it's like
how
I'm falling in on myself.
I usually have about maybe 30 seconds, find a place before it comes on. But
Now, yesterday I was in the doctor's office and she was cleaning my wound, and she has her little, I call it her little ice cream scoop because it's a little itty bitty tiny ice cream scoop that's really sharp, and she scrapes my wound with it.
Ugh.
And I felt this tightness, overwhelming tightness come on, and I thought for sure I was going to have a seizure. But I
Wow.
didn't. I breathed through it, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's on some serious horse pills.
Yeah, this is
Hide
what
your
I
name
take. With,
Yeah.
yeah, they're a horse pill. You know,
1 or 2 a day, or
one a day.
That looks like what I'm taking.
freaking
Yeah.
egg.
I was wondering if you're on any medication for the seizure or not.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
They have me on what is it? Leva.
Levotricerate.
Yes, 1 milligram.
I can't even
1,000
pronounce half
milligrams
that.
twice
I
a
know. I was
day.
gonna say, something this long, and yeah.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
how
on
I,
them once.
you know how I used to feed large livestock those pills? They got this long tube, about so long. It's like a big plunger thing, and you put the pill in a little fitting in the end of that thing. You shove it down their throat
I
because
remember watching my dad.
Because they'll never swallow it. Yeah.
they're not going to swallow that pill. That's just too
Right.
big.
Right.
Yep.
So
I
if you ever
actually
need any
remember
help
watching
swallowing
my
those
dad
pills,
stick his
apply
hand
to
down
me.
a horse's throat.
I'll let you know, Ray. Yeah, Ray. So, like, I'll let you know if I ever need help.
Hey, I'll help you with them pills.
You just need to put them in a blender and, puree them or
A
whatever.
little cheap pestle and mortar, grind it up, and just sprinkle it on your food.
Yeah.
But some pills you can't do that. I mean, your
Yeah.
acids in your stomachs break it down and kill it.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah,
of those things are coated, and they're coated for amount of time to get into your system, right?
Time lapse. Yeah.
If I were
Yeah,
to
time
break
lapse.
these pills up, it could really mess you up.
Yeah, that's
But,
sad. And how do they figure that out? Somebody had to volunteer. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Well, we
Yeah.
haven't figured out what microwaves will do to us. And we haven't,
Don't get him started. Don't get him started. We had that conversation.
We had that conversation.
I used to microwave my tea. Okay. I used to microwave my tea, and my ex used to tell me, "Hun, don't stand in front of that microwave. Don't do that. It's gonna hurt you."
Yeah.
And I, whatever. Well, years later, I was diagnosed with a 5x7 tumor on my kidney, which would have been right in front of the damn microwave.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
he was right.
Well, it's just like microwaving anything in plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're taking in, all that.
PHBs, whatever they.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've refused to use a microwave since then.
Really?
And in fact, I threw away my microwave when I found out that I had cancer, and that it was a 5x7 tumor on my kidney. I threw away my microwave, and I've not used one since. Any rental home that I've had that has had one in it, I use it. I just block it off.
Yeah.
We don't use it at all. I told my kids, "You're not allowed to use it."
You mean they have to learn to cook?
Yeah.
Ray, do you microwave?
No, sir. A single burner propane stove, my friend.
No,
Man.
but in your storage shed or in your house, were you a super duper microwaver then in your house?
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. As a kid, as a teenager,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Back
But
in
now
the
you
day.
can't. Yeah, because you don't have one, right?
No, I know.
Yeah.
Right.
But I thought you might have one in your storage shed and
Yeah, no.
you don't use it.
Okay.
Okay.
The
Now,
health
Solik's got a
nut-
story. Yeah.
The
Tell
health
us.
nut here. Yeah, I nuke everything until it glows.
But he also knows how they're made and what they can be done with.
No, it's called a Megatron, and it was back when Nikolai Tesla informed the government that he invented a ray gun. I told Georgie this story,
Yes.
and he actually did. And every one of us owns one. We all own a ray gun now, and it's called a Megatron, and that's what is what culminates the electrons and then shoots it out into your microwave, bounces around in there. But as far as that goes, I have investigated this, and I don't find there's that many harmful effects. The harmful effects and what causes the cancerous portions of our DNA to be activated is that those electrons leave the microwave. That's where it's happening.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
leave
out
the
the front
microwave.
door,
Now,
right into your belly. Yep.
a high lama asked me about that. And he says, "What can we do?" Because he had one of his parishioners, or one of his gang or whatever they call them, said that he's got cancer now, and they're thinking that it's from electricity. I said, "Oh yeah, a cell phone,
Yeah.
a little electric alarm clock next to your bed. That will do it as well." And so we went down to the recycling center and we bought 4 foot by 8 foot sheets of 1/8 inch thick metal, and we lined his entire house with it, and his cancer went away.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do that for houses that are built underneath high tension line towers.
Yeah, you see, and that's interesting about that because people who live under high tension power lines will get cancer every time.
Yeah.
So that was my little spiel about the microwave.
So
I still use
don't park
mine.
your van underneath the high tension line towers.
Yeah.
But there is
use
an
mine,
advantage.
but mine is located 30 feet away when I'm cooking it. I'm not near it when it cooks. Just for the reason that Dana was explaining that that's where it comes from.
Now, there's a slight advantage, and this is for us high top van dwellers. Okay, Ray, you're not a high topper though. But if you were to take a coil of like thousands or mega thousands of turns, took that into your RV, okay, or your van, and you parked under that, the EMF, the electric motive force, would go into that coil and produce electricity for free.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
And-
if there's too big of a load on that, the power company does know how to regulate and say, hey, we have a little bit of a loss, and they can pinpoint that. So go nuke your burrito and then move on.
Yeah, I don't know about 740,000 megahertz of power running through those lines.
It'll be humming and your hair will stand on end, but you'll have free power for that, that burrito.
You might just create a cargo van light bulb.
Yeah, make
Keep
sure it's
going
wired
dark
before you do that. But yeah, you could literally do that. You could create a tube, wrap it with wire, run that into the control unit, of course, and then run up under the power line, get some power, and then drive away. But I didn't say that out loud. It's on
No.
YouTube. No, you'd be found out in no time. But and if you don't know what you're doing, you will fry yourself. So that is not suggested at all.
Well, I'm just worried about the batteries.
Yeah,
So I wonder how many
Yeah.
other people have actually tried that.
yeah. I don't know. They probably didn't live to tell about it. So don't do that. It was just a crazy wild hair that it was shared with me.
It's another warning label.
Yep.
So Ray, you got your
Yeah.
your camera out. Are you kicking back? You just get
Oh,
ready
yeah.
to go to sleep or what?
Yeah, I'm
It's
already.
almost
Yeah, I'm already
there.
in bed. I'm
Yeah,
drained.
It's all
You're
good.
drained?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
What are you
Ray's
doing
normal
tomorrow?
thing. This time of night, Ray's kicking back, laying down, and doing his YouTube observing thing.
That's called lurking. It's an official word, lurking.
I
Lurker,
think
lurker,
last
lurker.
night was it last night? I think I snuck in for about 15 minutes while you guys were
That's-
talking
yeah.
last night.
For us,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Well,
missed the
but
majority of
silly
it.
Solex, though. Oh my
Still
god.
like, yeah, it's my fault. Well, yeah,
Frickin' A, it is.
I was changing the conversation, and you're going with it.
Often. Often.
I think that's my fault. I brought up the high tension line towers, and it just automatically clicked for him.
Well, everything does. For example, our chromosome.
Oh no!
He
So we're
started
talking about last night or the night before. 5-hour tour. Oh my god. All right, tell us,
as we
Sully.
get older, begin to get shorter, and the shorter they get, it's called aging. When your chromosomes get that small, but in order to combat that aging, you have to do this.
What
Yeah.
is that?
Now, if you're a vegetarian or no, a vegan that's different. You're not going to like this. This is animal hide. It's called collagen peptides.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Oh yeah.
The bone.
No, it does a whole lot of things, but primarily
Uh-oh.
it ends. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Primarily, it
That's
ends.
why I healed so well. This
Yeah.
is why I healed so well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the people that are getting into the collagen peptides. Now I got this in this little ice cream jar.
It's my favorite ice cream, by the way.
So
Is it?
That's
I love these things because now I got a whole set of these for my
Container.
Yeah.
So is that powder?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's powder.
Yeah.
It's almost odorless, almost colorless. I mean,
And it goes great in your
taste.
coffee. You don't even taste it.
you can't smell it, you can't taste it.
Yeah. You can
Where
put
do we
it in
get it?
soups, put it in your
Send
coffee,
me your
your
link.
tea.
Costco.
All right. Let me ask you: Is anybody doing Omega XL?
Yeah, I do that, but I do it the natural way, and that's with the sardines.
Sardines.
Sardines, yeah.
I use
Kippers.
Kippers.
I have
Kippers,
no
mate.
idea what
Kippers.
you're talking about, but I also put coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil in my coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all the
That's,
time. I learned not to do that all the time.
No, yeah. You have a bathroom problem.
Um,
It's
but
like
yeah,
drinking
it's
a lot
good
of
for you and
almond
it gives
milk.
you good energy.
Oh, what was that last one, Dana?
Coconut oil.
Right. Okay,
It's
cool.
good for you and it gives you good energy. Just don't use too much of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I cook with it sometimes. I was cooking with bacon grease, but somebody said that's not good for you.
I have
But it's-
127 here in Lake Havasu.
yeah.
What time is it where you guys are at?
I'm at
11:30 here in
12:30.
Alaska.
12:27.
327 here.
327.
He wins. He wins. He's a winner.
Oh.
You're in Florida, though, eh?
This is
Yeah.
in Florida.
Yeah, Gulf side.
Wow.
When I missed that part. When are you going to go to the Keys? A week or?
Probably, I'm still planning.
Early or late?
I'm still planning it, so probably, I'd probably say in about a week or two.
Okay, because you've heard, and I think you've been on a couple of lives or other channels that where they're in Florida, like I think it's Lisa and
Yeah, I keep trying to.
Aaron. Three trails. Hey Ray, you
Okay.
getting the drink? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm half awake.
Is Bill and Nancy in Florida too?
Come on, girl.
I think so.
Thanks.
I don't know.
Thanks, DJ.
I think they're in Florida too.
Thank you, DJ.
I got to take off, guys. Gonna take my dog.
Yeah, I thought so. Mama's calling. Well, buddy, thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming up, man.
All right,
It's
Yeah.
Dan.
nice meeting you.
Yeah,
I'll
Nice
miss
to
you
meet
now
you.
and then about 11 o'clock. So.
You
All right, take care.
well, I'm already past turning into a pumpkin,
Oh,
so
I know, right. But I'm
Now,
But I'm
do you-
saying,
do you-
I'm due my lives at
Dan,
11
real
o'clock at night.
oh, okay.
Dan
Well,
wants
then-
to say something, or Michael. Hold on.
real quick, Dan. You have a channel. You have a channel, right?
Yeah, it's Cargo Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get it in the
Cargo
chat.
Dan. All right, we'll see you guys.
All right,
Take
thanks
care.
for
See
coming
you
by.
later. See you later.
It's as it is, right? Cargo Dan?
Yep, just Cargo Dan.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
No-
All right, we
no-
do the wave.
No van.
Buddy
See
wave.
you. Bye.
All
Take
right,
care.
buddy.
Bye.
Whoops.
And real quick, the other thing is the other night you were holding up the little bottle of the strawberry.
Oh, my
Moose
CBD oils? Yeah. I got several kinds.
Has that done it? Has the CBD worked with your seizures?
Oh, I don't have the seizures, but it is very good
No,
for
no.
seizures. Oh, does she
Asking
have
Dana
CBD?
Because,
Oh, Dana.
well, she had the little THC moose milk thing.
Right.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so I have tried CBDs, but yet I have not tried them without my medication.
Okay.
Okay, my goal is to get off the medication because I think it's the medication that started the seizures.
Oh, snap.
They put me on the medication for my headaches,
Yep.
and then I had my brain surgery. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, I had a seizure.
See, when I had my stroke and the surgery on my head, after the surgery, I developed seizures. So,
Good night, Naj.
We got to wave goodnight.
oh,
Hi, Naj.
All righty. Thanks for coming by.
right.
Little lurker you are, but I loved it. Give me a thumbs up on the way out. Thank you, dear.
So they put me on
Okay.
this stuff, and I was on it 3 times a day, and then went down to 2 times, and then I weaned myself down to 1 time. And I only use it now in case of, for an emergency use, but so I'll take one about once every 1 to 2 weeks. But somebody else had CBD oil that they gave me to try, and spent a couple months with that without the pills, and nothing. No seizures, nothing.
Okay, good. Good.
So,
Now, so I'd quit taking those pills then. All right? Because taking just one every once in a while isn't doing jack shit for you but hurting you. I mean,
Yep.
honestly, I had the brain surgery and then they sent me home with pain pills, so I quit taking the Lyrica that they gave me for the pain for my headaches. And I think that's why the seizures started, because Lyrica is an anti-seizure medication.
They wanted to do that to me. They said,
I
earlier.
wish I.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now go ahead. I'd like to hear it.
I wish I would have known. I wish I would have thought before I started taking them, to look into what they were giving me. So my new neurologist, she is willing to work with me on getting off this levetiracetam.
Wow.
She put me on a different medication, but I have to titrate on it. And then as soon as we figure out what's going on, and she's sending me to 2 more specialists, as soon as we figure out what's going on, then we can get me off this medication. She told me that I'm going to have to be willing to possibly go through more seizures to get off the meds.
That's the fine print.
I had to weigh the conditions when they wanted to drill into my head. You see, everybody is born with a placenta sac. This is the same placenta sac in the womb of a female. It's the same thing that's around our skull. And so they wanted to drill into my head because I had several tennis ball size hematomas or blood clots in my head. And they said, well, we need to relieve that pressure. And I said, maybe, maybe not. And I said, tell you what, I'll let you drill into my head if you can promise me that you can sew a placenta sac back together. Because when you open up that placenta sac, you're releasing all of that spinal fluid that helps our brains work into the body. And I said, that's going to cause more problems than what he said. He said, well, if we don't do that, you're going to live with this pain for the rest of your life. I'd rather have the pain for the rest of my life than seizures.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I don't know.
That's the way I looked at it, and they started using me as a guinea pig when I didn't do that, because everybody has that pressure removed, they say, and so they sent me down to another neurologist, and he says, oh yeah, he's got a new pill he's developing, and he wants to try it out. I'm like, great. He says, you take this pill and it'll create new neural pathways. I'm going to go down and see Dr. Bones from Star Trek, right? And he's got a pill that's going to grow a new liver. No thanks. So I quit the whole doctor thing. I mean, they essentially weren't helping. They're just experimenting, and that's the way medicine really is. It's an experiment.
right.
Well, especially if you can't pronounce the word of the pill, and when there's 2 or 3 of those you're taking, they don't do that experimental trial and error. 1 or 2 maybe, but 3 and 4, they can't put all those together and say, yeah, you'll be fine. I don't believe in it. No way. I don't want to be. I'm on nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Good old.
What brought my
I don't
was
want to be on these pills either.
No.
I don't.
a birth defect. And 10% of the population is born with this. It's basically it's the initials are AVM, arterial venal malformation, or something like that. And it's where things are in the brain that it's where things in the brain connected that aren't supposed to be connected. And that's what ended up happening to me, and
They'll spill it.
mainly found in males.
Yeah.
And most people don't live through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm fortunate that I survived. I went to bed about 3:30, 4 o'clock that morning. Woke up at 9 a.m. not feeling my side. So at some point, one of the vessels bursted in my head, and that's what caused the stroke. Before that, I would get migraines and whatnot. I don't think anything of it because what's the hospital going to do or doctor's going to do? Just send you home with medicine and tell you to rest. And
Yeah, that's what they offered me, a lifetime supply of hydrocodone. No, thank you. I mean, that's
Wow.
that's one of the most addictive forms of
Yeah.
pain relief.
And the drug king lord you'd be for the neighborhood. Oh my gosh. You can't.
I know you should. They found out.
The lines.
My little community around me found out, and they come over to the house. Sure, have one here. I was just passing them out. They were
5
We
and
didn't take
10s.
nothing of it.
yeah, they were offering to pay me this immense amount of money. I'm like, oh, I get it for free from Fort Harrison.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, I
Hey.
was on that, the Percocets and all that stuff, and when I was in the hospital and got out of the hospital, and none of it did anything for me. So I just they would give me these 3 months supplies, and every 3 months they'd be sending, go here's some more, and I'm like, it's not doing anything for me. Why do I want this?
Yeah.
Here's my Percocet.
Oh, hold on.
There you go.
What is it? I couldn't quite read it. Oh,
Wow.
you
That's
know.
a turbo booster on that thing. Behave.
Why?
I know.
So we're just us, right? Well, I don't care.
It's still show and tell, so be careful. Good, your camera froze.
So I got this from Florida last year, and the overwhelming scent when I opened the jar here is now filling my trailer with that scent.
Oh, you poor boy.
When I got this last year,
Last year.
yes, but it was full. But the bags were full. But
Okay.
I didn't have the mason jar, and I drove from Florida up to New Hampshire with it in my laptop case.
Uh-oh.
And every time I would open my laptop case, it would fill the car. And I'm surprised I did not get over, or if I had gotten over,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But
No, I'm grateful
Well.
that I live in a legal state.
Yeah. And a blessed state, we'll say. Yeah. Where are we going? Yeah. Well, now that you guys have shared and all, I want to share, and it's really emotional, touching, deeping story here because you touched on something. Is that migraines? My
Yep.
mother had migraines pretty much most of her life. I mean, they would take her out. She'd be on the couch
Yep.
or in bed for like a day or two, or that's what I remember as a little kid, right? And my parents split up and she moved to Colorado and she was married and had dinner with doctors and lawyers and people of such. And she had an aneurysm at the dinner table and she was with a doctor and he called an ambulance and said this, and this, and he set everything up. When they got to the hospital, they knew what to do and took care of everything, right? So she ended up okay. But one of the things they had to do was shoot her full of dye to find out where it was, right? Well, this is where things went awry. She was very allergic to that dye,
Oh,
and my 157-pound mother blew up like a 400-pound Asian woman. And why I say that is because she had slits for eyes. Her head was as big as a basketball. Her ears were enclosed. And my sisters come from other areas, and I had to be the big brother to keep them out of that hospital room. And my sisters fought me tooth and nail. I says, we didn't come this far not to see our mother, right? And I said, no, you will not see your mother in that state. So I was the only one to see her like that. And that's just scary and heart-wrenching, and it haunts me. And the next day, my little sister snuck in and saw her mother, and she went, oh my God, we will not let that sister see her, because that sister also had seizures, okay? So these migraine things may be a key to, these seizures and aneurysms and things of the sort. And then, so my mother, she had to learn to walk again. She had to learn to talk again. And then about 2 years later, she died. But I don't know why. I don't have the story. I don't know why she died. And I never saw her again. My last images is of her, of a freaking basketball head. So the things that they just pump us, to do that.
I'm sorry, George.
Yeah.
wow, I'm so sorry about that.
Sorry,
I
George.
didn't know it hit me like this, but it's just you guys, and you guys are still living, So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I,
I don't know
I,
why I'm Yeah. And she died at 57. And my father he smoked and drank and he had poor circulation. And he had surgery from his foot, and from his foot to his calf or thigh. And then they went to the back of his heart into his aorta to run a main vein down to his legs to get circulation. And then they had one more surgery and he had complications. And again, the mystery is they went back in, and I don't know, literally back in the days, I don't know if they actually left a sponge or, scalpel in there or something, but he had to have emergency surgery, and then he never came out. And the thing on that is I saw him that night, and I don't know if anybody has been around somebody that's dying. He smelled really weird. And I walked out and I told the lady as I walked out, I says, I'll never see him again, will I? And she goes, yeah, he's pretty far. And I had to drive 3 miles. And what was happening when I walked in the door? The phone call.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I didn't mean to depress all of us.
no. It's just
But
it's
when
it's
you get
hitting
reminded
home.
of something, yeah.
all of these things
Yeah.
that you all talk about has affected me, and it goes right to my heart. And this is one of the things that I do in my life now, is I look for medical remedies. And the reason why I brought that up last night to you, Georgie, about that hole, is because I'm interested in both the biochemical aspect of it, and there were reported medical remedies that had what is involved in it. For example, Mel Waters was diagnosed with throat cancer, and he had it bad. But after that Mel's Hole incident in northern Nevada, it was gone. And so there was a medical interest to me in that. I mean,
Right.
you can't fake that story. You have it and it just doesn't disappear overnight.
Mhm.
So that's one of the reasons that I'm interested into the Mel's Hole. I never even.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And please be, because it's in my backyard. There's no excuse for me not to be able to get there
It's
and
right
find it
next
too.
to you, and I can't believe you never heard about this.
I've never heard of it, so I
They
got to
really-
do some homework with you, brother.
They really hushed that up, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
The deepest
Yeah.
My
place.
grandpa worked for the Forest Service and for BLM. I
Yeah.
lived in Nevada, and I've never heard of that place.
The deepest hole on the planet Earth, even deeper than the Marianas Trench. Everybody's heard of that, and nobody's heard about that hole.
Outside of Texas, right?
Now, what was that hole you were I know you had it up when I came on.
Yeah.
What was the name
Show
of
them
it?
that picture, and it's the only picture really out there.
What's the name of it?
There's 4 pictures.
MEL, Mel.
Mel Waters. It's called Mel's Hole.
Yeah,
I can
he's
put up.
bringing
I
it
can
up.
put up the. I still have it here.
Put it in the chat. We can put it in our private chat. Well,
Yeah, you showed me how to do this. This is amazing. It takes me a while because I'm embedded in the net, so I'm lagging.
Mhm. I'm gonna
Okay,
head out,
come-
guys. You guys have
I
a good
figured
night.
you fell asleep, my brother.
I know. I'm half awake over here.
Good
Good
night,
to see you
Ray.
guys.
Hey,
Good
Vic,
night,
I
Ray.
get this
Showed
late.
up, brother. Man,
Get some
appreciate
rest.
you, Ray.
Joining
All
us
right.
tonight.
All right, let's all wave. Let's do the wave.
Take care.
Love
See
you,
you guys.
Ray. Appreciate
Good
you
night.
much.
Good
All
night.
right. Bye.
Ciao. Down to 4. And we got 3 lurkers up there. Can you guys see this?
Now they got the story wrong. I want to tell you, they got the story wrong. And I was there
Who were?
when Mel was talking on the internet about this whole thing.
Yeah.
And so part of the story, the way they got the story is disinformation. Hey, come on.
Hey, do you guys see
Okay,
the
now I'm
private
going to
chat?
paste. Okay,
Oh, there it is. Okay, it's on the side. All right.
so when you read this article about Mel's Hole, that's not the article. That's not the truth. I was there when that thing was.
Oh, okay.
When we were discussing these things,
Okay.
and I know more information than that this article could possibly give you.
Okay, yeah.
Well-
Okay. Well, that's the one I read, and that's all we have to read about it, right?
Oh,
Is there more somewhere?
okay. So
yeah, there's
I
lots
pulled
more.
that link up, and I'll save it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Now, what we told you, what Georgie and I told you about that, when you get into there, it will shock you. I mean, we're talking anywhere from aliens to creatures we've never understood on this planet. When you get into that thing, and again, I'm going to tell you, it's just a story. Some parts are true, some parts are not true. The first
What are you
Mel's
showing off
Hole-
there, Barefoot?
I'm hiding
Just,
while I'm smoking.
oh, you're hiding. Oh, okay. You're
I don't want
sulking?
to smoke my pot on your screen.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't.
But
You-
hidden
you
in there-
call it, you call it ganja or leafy tobacco. Yeah.
But hidden within the story, there are bits of truth that intrigued
Mhm.
myself enough to want to investigate. And I've been investigating this thing for a decade now.
Wow.
Still
Okay.
can't find the darn hole.
Okay, I'm your boots on your ground. Go ahead.
Okay, that book.
The book.
All of a sudden, I can't remember the name, but it was one of my favorite books when I was growing up. 10,000
Wonderland?
Leagues Under the Sea,
Oh,
or
yes,
was
that
it
one.
Good
Journey
book.
to the Center of the Earth? Journey
good
to the
book.
Center
Those.
of the Earth.
I'm not a reader, but those are 2 books I read.
How much of that is true?
Shall we start in
was-
Antarctica?
Well,
Solex?
You can
But, I
start
mean,
with
if-
Forever Best Friends. They have a signed letter from Admiral Byrd And this is we're going to Antarctica with this, Georgie. You see, Admiral Byrd, he went down there twice, but you don't get to read that in history. The first time he went down there, he got his ass kicked by ships that came out of the water, not submarine ships. I mean, flying ships. Uh-oh.
I'm back.
Did we lose her?
No, she's back.
We're losing all of us.
Oh.
We all went down for a minute on my end.
Oh, really? I only
Yeah.
saw that you went down. Okay.
Oh, I only
do.
saw
I
it
hear the
too.
storm outside.
So,
Oh, really? Okay, go ahead.
and it was, and that's the reason why Admiral Byrd went down there, allegedly, because they believed that the Nazis, they were in Georgie,
No, I'm here. I'm just trying to save our data because I hear the storm outside.
allegedly because they were looking for a secret Nazi base. That's not why they went down there. 200 years ago, a map of Antarctica, when they didn't even know Antarctica existed, a perfect map of Antarctica showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And so a gentleman in his sailboat went down there, and he found what was called Inner Earth.
And that's
Yeah.
what that book is written out of, isn't it?
Exactly.
And that book's pretty
Okay.
old too, right?
So
Now here, I'm going to go
Admiral
just a little
Byrd,
bit
when
further.
he went there
Hold
a
on.
couple years ago, and they had to bring him back like emergency because he went into this medical thing, and he said that, what did he say? Something about it's the most dangerous thing on the face of the earth.
Wow.
Yeah, that would go back to Mel's Hole again if you read that article. But here's the thing: both records of and captain's logs and their writings, everything of Admiral Byrd, and I can't remember the other fellow. 200 years before Admiral Byrd was sealed. Nobody got to read it. And the only time they got to read the one from Admiral Byrd is after he died and his son published.
Wow.
Why would they do that? Why would they seal that? I mean, because it actually existed. Because the first guy that went down there said he saw mammoths. And he went down there, not too far away from where McMurdo Air Force Base is at. And at a certain time of the year, at a certain equinox, the ship was able to navigate all the way to this hole that went into the inner Earth. So that's that theory. We don't know if it's true, but the only thing I'm giving it credibility. Why would they seal those records? There's something there. There's something to it, and it's enough to intrigue a mystery.
Well, there's also things that talk about a hollow Earth.
That's what it is. That's the hollow Earth.
Yeah.
And all these holes that are leading to it.
Yeah. They're just air vents.
Now, NASA, the International Space Shuttle, was taking a photograph of the North Pole area, and there was this big vortex that went in there. Now, there's another fella, and I believe it was also Byrd, and he was in a plane. He wanted to fly to the North Pole, but his plane disappeared for 2 days.
I remember that.
And
I remember hearing
he showed back up, and he was still flying back to where he came from. And his story was he went to Inner Earth, and these ships grabbed him with some kind of beam and brought him in. And then they brought him back. And nobody has heard about that story because that's been totally sealed.
Yeah.
I do remember hearing something. It could have been in one of the mystery blips that I've seen here on YouTube. Something about Admiral Byrd's plane disappearing for 2 days.
Yeah. There's some weird stuff up there. Yeah, because you've got DARPA up there, the big weather changer. Have you Googled that, Dana?
Me?
Yeah,
I've
it's right up-
Googled DARPA. Yeah.
I've
I
seen
used
it.
to live right down the road from HARP.
Oh yeah, HARP. Yeah. Big
I lived
antenna.
right down the road from HARP. In fact, my son wonders if that's not part of my medical problems.
Wow. Well, look into the people around you to find out if they have some too, because
There's lots of it, and that's one of the reasons why he thinks that that has something to do with my medical problems. Is there's lots of it there. There's not many people around there. They're very tiny communities and little villages, and I mean, all of the people within a couple 100 miles of there could fit in the town I'm in now. You know,
Yeah.
it not many people. So when there's a high cancer rate, you know it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
And let's
Mission.
just say that even me being a white girl living out there, I could go to the Native Indian Community Health Clinic and get free health care.
Wow.
Okay, now
pretty good.
I couldn't get my teeth done. But let's just okay, so we went in to go get water because that's where we filled up our water jugs.
Okay.
Because there's no running water or electricity out there.
Wow.
And the health aide, she looked at me and she said, "You're walking funny."
Okay.
I said, "Well, we were cutting wood yesterday. I probably pulled a muscle. I'm tired." She said, "No,
Yeah.
you're walking funny. I don't like the way you're walking. Go pee in this cup."
What? Oh my
And
God.
that's what I said. What? Well, I did because she looked at me and she said, "Go pee in this cup." So I did.
Yeah.
And then she sent me to town and they were cutting me open the next day, cutting that tumor and my kidney out.
Mm.
Oh, so she saw it in you, not that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not okay.
No,
Yeah.
she said, "You're walking funny. I don't like the way you're walking." And
That's
then
amazing.
she checked my proteins in my urine and didn't like that. And so she sent me to town.
Mother toaster.
Yeah.
That harp thing was really interesting to me, and
Yeah.
I was always interested, and I investigated, and I still have the ability to look into things like that, places where others don't look. And one thing that was really amazed me is the governor of Michigan, the former governor of Michigan, went up there to demand entrance to see what they were actually doing up there, and his name was Jesse the Bot Ventura.
Yep.
You guys know that guy?
Yep. I
So
remember when
he doesn't
came
live
through.
in the United States anymore.
No, he doesn't.
He he evacuated the United States after he left the office of governor. He lives in Mexico now because he wanted to talk about these things because he was being silenced. And he has his YouTube site.
Right. So Solix, there's a channel I want you to check out. I think you'll like
How you
her.
doing, Michael?
And there's something I want.
I'm
I
doing-
want to see what you think about what she's got going on or what she's interested in and investigating. Midnight Sun.
Oh yeah.
She's a dark-haired woman, long hair. She was in the Air Force, I believe, and she lives in Fairbanks. And she's talking about the Polar Silk Road,
Oh yeah.
and it goes.
No, which Silk
in
Road? Which one?
The Polar Silk Road.
Polar Silk Road. Oh.
And it goes into our oil. It goes into China. It goes into Murkowski. It goes into the kids. Epstein.
Maggie's in the house, folks. Look at that.
Oh,
But
Jesse knows a lot.
something about a road from Alaska to China for oil.
Wow. Wow.
The Bering Sea.
Yeah.
That's
the land bridge.
Right. That's the only place that could go would be the Bering Sea. And we're not going to see that for another 20,000 years. The land bridge.
Yeah, again. Yeah. Well, Maggie, where you been? We're about ready to close up the 2-hour
Hi,
talk
Maggie.
we've been having. Where are you at right now? I forget. There's so many people you can keep track of. What time is it there and where you at? And where you been? I started 11-ish. Yeah. Yeah, and I got to keep these down to 2 hours, folks, because like Solex and I, these 4 and 5 hour ones, oh, I love the hours, but I ain't just signing up for that. Yeah. Giggling. She'd be giggling. So now I feel bad, Miss Maggie. I I just want to round it off at 2 hours and be done with it. Well, we got these
Sorry.
great peeps there, you know.
Okay.
So
Well, I will go down.
no.
People can-
No, it's ain't about that. I can have 10 people up.
Well, I know,
So what are you saying?
but you wanted to end at 2 hours.
You
so
shouldn't
we
shouldn't
start-
know about the green room.
No, we're gonna stay here. I'm just gonna end the live stream.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Carry on. It's 1 o'clock. She says. All righty. Well, Maggie, we're gonna head out. So thank you coming on. Just hit the like on the way out, and I'm here at 11 usually. Okay, but I am gonna have a 9 p.m. 9:05 maybe a 9 p.m. on Saturday nights.
Oh, nice.
That's going to be my main spot, and I will do 4, 5, 6 hours, whatever that takes.
Right on.
But let's see. Let's. I don't want to miss. I don't want to pull a 1 hour 59-minute one, do I? No, that's sad. Okay, darling. Take care, and we will see you soon. Thanks for coming in, everybody.
Good night,
And
guys.
until next time.
Good night, guys.
Ciao.
Good night.